We go to Israel for our first story, an oxygen line for Hamas and a hotbed of terror. That's how Israel is describing a strategic strip of land that runs the length of Egypt's border with Gaza.
Well, in a major breakthrough, the IDF has taken control of the Philadelphi Corridor. They discovered an 8-mile network of tunnels housing rockets and other weapons. CBN's Julie Stahl reports.
The nearly 9-mile Philadelphi corridor was intended to prevent weapons and ammunition smuggling into Gaza. After taking control of territory this week, Israel found evidence it's been a pipeline for Hamas's war on Israel.
Our operations in Rafah have confirmed the intelligence that compelled us to operate in Rafah in the first place. Hamas turned the Philadelphia route into a central Hamas hotbed of terror.
Among the discoveries, rockets for attacks on Israeli civilians.
Dozens of rocket launchers with rockets inside ready to be fired at Israeli homes next to the border with Egypt.
They also found a nearly 8-mile subterranean network of about 20 tunnels with explosives, grenades, and AK-47s inside. Hagari says Hamas is also holding hostages there.
Hamas is holding our hostages in living hell across our border in Gaza, including in Rafah.
Hamas released a new hostage video this week, putting more pressure on Israel to make a deal. The White House says a new proposal is on the table.
And I can tell you that the Israelis are fully supportive of this fresh proposal, and as before have been willing to deal in good faith on this.
Meanwhile, Israel is signaling the fighting is far from over. Benjamin Netanyahu's national security advisor, Tzachi Hanegbi, pointed to the latest discoveries as evidence that Israel's incursion into Rafah is justified despite international opposition. He also told Israel's public radio that fighting in Gaza would continue for at least another 7 months through the end of 2024. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
If you've been wondering how Hamas is able to continue to fire rockets into Israel, here's your explanation. They're being constantly resupplied. And you just shake your head at this. How in the world can the international community turn a blind eye to it and hold Israel accountable for some kind of genocide attack? It makes no sense. What's happening is Hamas is continuing to fire rockets. They were continually resupplied through these tunnels into Egypt. And you just shake your head. What in the world is the international community looking at where the ICC can call for a ceasefire? They can say that we're going to issue arrest warrants against the prime minister. All of these things absolutely make no sense. The only way you can make sense out of this is that there's some kind of grander conspiracy happening trying to wipe Israel off the map, make Israel into a pariah nation where you can't stand with Israel anymore. We need to stand against this and call it for what it is. This is absolute propaganda. There is a concerted effort among news media, among the international community, among the UN to try to pull the wool over our eyes. What's really happening? Hamas launched a horrible terror attack on October 7th. They have vowed to do it again and again. In their charter, they call for the elimination of the state of Israel and the elimination of all Jews in Israel. That's their purpose. They have said they'll repeat October 7 again and again and again until Israel is wiped off the map. We should all understand that, get behind Israel in this effort to wipe this kind of terror group off the map. That needs to be a concerted effort by everyone to say, no, you don't get to do this on our watch. We vowed after World War II, never again. We need to tell the world we really mean that.